Well, she's 5:30 in the morning, guys. Just having my coffee out here. As you can see, well, obviously they locked the gates last night at 4:30 or something like that. So obviously there's not going to be anybody else here. But yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see how many people get on this ferry this morning. So they say the place opens up here at 7 o'clock. So you can either go in there. So I just put a deposit down on my ticket. I didn't actually pay for the full ticket yet. So you just go in the building over there and then pay for it. Or he says there will be somebody at the gates up here where I came in last night. They'll be manning those gates, and he says you can pay there, but obviously I'll go in the building here. And then, yeah, so I think it was like $12 or something like that that I had to put down, but then it's $250 for the whole ticket. And then at 9 o'clock, so they open up at 7. At 9 o'clock, that's when customs comes by your rig. What I don't understand, and this is the part I don't understand, maybe because we're still on Canadian soil, the customs come over, they ask you questions, whatever, but as soon as you go across, you go through customs again. So why wouldn't they just do it here? Because like that guy last night, if something goes wrong, you have to get back on the ferry and come back across. So I don't understand how that actually works. Maybe somebody else knows. Maybe it's because they can't really, they have only so much they're allowed. Maybe I'm going to ask them today, actually. Well, good morning, guys. I just went in there. I did the little walk around there. They give me a number. Obviously, it's a number 1 because I'm just by myself here. And we do have some cars now in the parking lot, but still not as full as I've seen it. But at least there's some here. So we should be boarding here fairly soon once this gets all done. The ferry's not here yet, so I would imagine it'll take a little bit before we'll be boarding. I'm not sure what happened here. This guy just pulled in front of me here. I don't know if he must be pretty important or something, because he wasn't there when I went to do the passport, and I come out and he's standing there, so, or he's parked there. So anyways, well, it looks like the ferry's in. I totally forgot to turn the camera on when I was driving in. Anyways, guys, that's where I am. Yeah, sorry about that. I was looking at my phone, and the guy caught me off guard, and he had to take my ticket and rip it, right? And then he goes, "Oh yeah," because I was at the front there, and he says, "Yeah, go ahead." And then all of a sudden, I park, and I'm like, "Oh, totally forgot." Anyways, that's it. There's that spa boat right there, guys, and you can just see steam coming off the back there, and you can see people walking around with robes on and stuff like that. That's funny. But if you look at the back of the boat, so right about in there somewhere, you can just see steam coming off where the hot tubs are. But anyways, look at all the float planes. So that's like an air taxi service. Alright guys, just about ready to get off the ferry. Waiting for the doors to open. Start your engines! Oh, hi, how are you doing? Perfect. Alright, thanks. Okay, guys, that was the oddest freaking thing I've ever, and he never even, like, he goes, you're going to be here 4 months, but he never even mentioned about filling out any forms. I brought it up. Anyways, yeah. He says, when you're at the other port, he said, you should have asked them for an I-94. I thought they were going to tell me what I have to do. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think this thing, I think most of the time they're just going to look the other way. But anyways, oh, there we go. That's east. Anyways, hey guys, I made it. He just asked me some questions and asked me what was in the back of my, in the trailer. I said, a UTV. He just smiled. What do you have for food? I said, I have cooked chicken and I have beef, spare ribs. And he goes, and that was it basically. He just said, oh, what brings you out this way if you're from Ontario? So I said, well, my son lives in Victoria, so I spent 2 weeks with him. And of course, you know, I'm traveling, guys, right? So, and he goes, okay, that was it. So I don't know. I'll be honest, guys, I don't know. And it could be just this border crossing too, compared to other border crossings. So I had somebody ask me earlier what my brake, what the computer says my brakes are like. Oh my God, look how dusty that is. So you can see right there, so I'm in Imperial right now, so it's 59,406 miles. Fronts are 85 and rears are 87. For the people, we'll just go, there we go. So we're 95,606 kilometers. So 85 in the front and 87 in the back. So 95,606, so almost 100,000 kilometers on her. So I just did a little bit of shopping here at Walmart. I'm about an hour, it's just about an hour and a half north of Tillamook. So it's now 1:30, so by the time I get there it'll be about 3:30, and you already know that it gets dark pretty darn quick at this time of the year. So I found a rest area right on the other side of it, and it looks like you can stay there overnight. So I'm probably going to stay in a rest area tonight. But then other than that, that's about it. It's still raining. I've had rain now for 5 days, so shouldn't really surprise me. I'm waiting for this person to go by, and then we will head out. guys, day one. So crossing the border was something else. I mean, I had an easier time crossing the border now, and I really had no problems crossing the border before. This was the easiest of all. The guy just says, you know, what do you got for food? I said, I have some cooked chicken and some, I said, I got a small rack of ribs and a couple of steaks. He goes, any fruits or vegetables? I says, nope. He goes, what's in the trailer? I said, UTV? He goes, where are you heading? I said, I'm heading down to Quartzsite. And he says, oh, you're from Ontario, what are you doing way out here? I said, well, my son lives in Victoria. You know, I'm not gonna tell him I just travel around the country. I said, my son's in Victoria, so I thought I'd spend a couple weeks out here and then go down to the States. Oh, have a nice trip. Never even mentioned. He asked me, he goes, how long are you gonna be down for? I said, he goes, you're allowed 6 months. He said, you're allowed 6 months. I said, I'm usually back in Canada between 4.5 to 5 months. He goes, have a nice trip. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Whoa, stop. Where's these forms? Where's the fingerprints? Where's the picture? Nothing. Now, just because I'm going to, just because I'm going to go online and I have 30 days, because I looked it up, to fill out a G325R. I will fill that out, just because. But I don't have to pay nothing, and they don't get my fingerprints, and they don't take my picture. So I will fill out that form. Very odd. Anyways, so I'm about so I'm on 101 heading along the west coast, and I'm about I'm gonna say about 120 miles from Port Angeles. So we got to port probably around I think by the time I got out of there it was about 1:30. So I saw this on my Google Maps, and I could see there was like the highway is only 100 yards that way. But I could see this big clearing here, a big turnaround here. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to pull over for the night. I was up early this morning. I set my alarm for 7 o'clock, but I was out of bed at 4 o'clock, having a cup of coffee, watching the news. So that's enough for one day. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Just waking up from this rest area here. We're just south of Tamarack. World famous cheese, and they have a pretty cool museum here too, which I went to last time. It's an old hangar for a blimp during the Second World War. But anyways, of course, like you could probably tell, still raining. Quiet here last night, which was good. So we're just gonna keep heading south and hopefully hit sunshine pretty soon, because it's really kind of miserable doing anything in the rain like this. Anywho. Well, she's definitely rainy and windy, guys. It's not cold though. I think it's 56 right now. But she's definitely a little bit on the windy side. I don't know. Can you see the? I know it's kind of tough to tell. Pretty cool spot right there. The summertime, it'd be really cool. Okay. You see a nice beach over there. There's an island over there. I can sure tell I'm fighting here, guys, when I'm driving. This wind is absolutely cuckoo. Of course, with the camper and the trailer, I mean, it's blowing me all over the damn road. Oh, yuck. Holy sheep shit. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh my God, guys, this wind. What's this thing say? In memory of dog construction part, excellent, Oregon, blah, 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 blah. Don't know. Holy mother of Hubbard. Hey, Seagull, how's it going up there? Huh? There's a big sign before I cross the bridge here that says danger, high winds. Oh yeah, there's high winds, all right. Feels like I'm on an icy road here. The way the camper and the trailer is being pushed around. My goodness. Easy, girl. See, and this is why I've always said, you know, I talk to people and they're always like, do I need a dual? Well, for one thing, just the weight alone, of course you need a dual. But having a dually definitely helps out when it comes to that kind of, you know, driving. You got the more stability. So absolutely, I would not even think, well, for one thing, I'd be overloaded because I am about, when I put this thing on the cat scales, I was 200 pounds over my rear axle rating. So a single axle or a single tire, nope. Now I know I got the trailer too. That makes a difference too, but I'll guarantee you your weight rating with a Northern Light 10.2 would be over the 1-ton single. Right now it's 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. There's some beautiful spots here to camp around this area and stuff, but if it's coming down like this and you got to be you're in your camper. So to me, I'm just going to keep pushing on until I get some better weather to stop for a couple of days for a break. Yeah, like I mean, just me getting out and taking those shots there that I have along the ocean. I just come back soaked. So it's beautiful, but again, it's just the wrong time of the year right now. This 101 drive south or north, just the 101 drive, it's just a gorgeous drive. I almost feel like I'm part of a movie here. This is I-5. There's absolutely nobody on this highway. I haven't seen a car in front of me. Look at the other side and look at my side. I wonder if they know something I don't. South I-5. Oh, I see a truck pulled over way up there. Odd.
No need to look back, this too shall pass. I want you to stay around. I try so hard to see what holds you back. You don't have to be alone.
Well, guys, I stayed at this rest area. We're about half an hour from
In
the.
600 feet, merge onto I-5 South.
We're about 10 kilometers from the California border right now. Terrible sleep. Basically, finally about 5 o'clock in the morning, I put earplugs in and got a couple more hours sleep. But oh well.
Continue on I-5 South for 23 miles.
So guys, I'm just off of I-5, which is just over on the other side of those trees there. There used to be a town here called Hilt, and it used to be a lumber town. There was a mill here, and they for a while they made the crates for fruit. But it closed down in 1974, and then just basically the town just disappeared. This is still the church that's standing, but there was a rail line here, and not sure where the rail line would have been. There's kind of a raised spot over here, but yeah, it's funny how there's so many of these little towns that just kind of disappeared. Whether the rail line didn't show up or they built a highway that bypassed their town. But yeah, so it was 1974 is actually when it closed. All right, guys, in California at a rest area. The temperature is beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, no rain. JJ's happy about that. I even had to bring my little cactus out to get a little bit of sunshine. It's very, very happy about that. It hasn't seen sunshine in a while. So I'll show you on the map where I am right now. I was talking to a gentleman here, and actually he's over there right now. His battery died on his black Tahoe over there, so I had to bring my little power pack out and give him a boost. But he was saying there's a machine that looks like a tractor almost, but it cleans up the bottom, and then they harvest it. And I forget what he said it's for. It's like batteries or something. So I'm not exactly sure what it's used for, but I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm not sure how long. Well, I'm going to stay here tonight, but I'm not exactly 100% sure where I'm going to be heading tomorrow. I don't check out, guys. You know that. All I know is I'm in sunshine now and no rain, so I'm pretty happy. So just a quick update on the hitch. Everything seems to be working really good on it. No issues at all. What I have noticed so far is there's zero noise now. There was a noise with the other hitch. And I always thought it was my leaf springs or something else. Now I hear no noise on the whole entire vehicle. I think it had something to do with that hitch, because there's no noise right now. I noticed the ride stiffer on the other one, because with these ones it has the bars that are allowed to slide back and forth on those L brackets. So the bars are used to support, but at the same time they're allowed to slide back and forth when you turn and when you go over bumps. Where the other ones just had chains, so it was jerking all the time. And I'm kind of wondering if that's why that other hitch, well, not to mention this one is a solid 2-inch tongue on it, where the other one was a hollow 2-inch tongue. So that has something to do with it to begin with. But I think it's a far better system. So far everything seems to be working really good with it. I'm very happy with it. So and what else? Nothing else. Truck's running good, nothing's going on. I'm sitting at 96,000 kilometers. So I'm getting very close to the 100,000 kilometer mark. But yeah, everything seems to be working good on the truck and everything. It's kind of funny, I've been here for not even half an hour, and when I pulled in here, there was, and I'm not even joking, there was a truck parked here, there was a truck parked there, and there was about 5 or 6 vehicles there. And all of a sudden now, well, other than a couple vehicles over there, this guy here, that's a guy that was parked over here. He must have stopped at the bathroom there. They're the only ones here, but that's okay. I got the back door open, let some fresh air in here. It's very, very nice.
No need to
Okay guys, I'm going to back up in this area here. All right guys, I'm on Tamarack beach site here. That's Walker Lake out there. And yeah, what a beautiful spot. I mean, look at the views. So the highway is right there. Look at the view. Beautiful. And sorry guys back home, but it is beautiful here. I'm not gonna say the temperature, I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just saying it's beautiful. Well guys, I've been here like 10 minutes. I just had enough time to put my chair outside here and grab a cold one and sit there in the sun. And my neighbor, so he's camping right there. And that's him right there with his two dogs. His name is Slade. And so I gave him the address and the dates for the quartzsite, the RTR, and also for the truck camper rally. So hopefully we'll link up again. So that's awesome. You always meet people here on the road, always good people on the road. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't tell you how good that sun is. And my little cactus that hasn't seen sun in 2 months is happy about it. She knows it doesn't quite look the same anymore because we had a bit of an accident with it, but anyways. So yeah, no, it's awesome. Every time. Come on, where's the second one? Every time I can hear them coming, it's already too late. Come on, where are you? Usually you see two of them. Man, he was hauling ass. The last time, two of them were close to the mountains over here. And of course, by the time I even heard them, I ran and got the camera and it was too late. This guy here, I could just hear a crack. By the time I got the camera, he was already gone, but he was all by himself. Okay, I gotta hold this camera and I'm gonna face it in that direction. Come on, usually there's always two of them. Come on, you mother. I'll have to fire up the old Chevy and chase them down. Or not. Damn. That is so cool. I want to show you guys something. What do you see wrong with this picture? Here. Does anybody see anything wrong? My pin's missing. See the one on the other side there? So it's either missing or it's sheared. And yes, that is my sewer hose. No, I'm not dumping my stuff out here. So when I was at the campground, Fort Victoria, in the city of Victoria on Vancouver Island, I dumped my gray water because I don't use my black. I dumped my gray water, but it was in the pouring rain. So this tube is aluminum, so I'm not worried about it corroding. But because this has stayed closed, this thing will stay wet inside there for a long time. So I just pulled it out there. The sun warms up the black on the hose there and dry it off, and I will just leave that open there to air that out. But it's only my gray water. I've never used black on this camper. Anyways, let me take this arm off here and see what the hell's going on. The pin is missing. Well, that's not good. That would have been a real shame if that thing came out on the middle of the road. You imagine this thing coming down off this trailer going down the road. Not sure how that came out. But anyways, that looks like about 3/8 hole. Let me, actually, let me take that into the trailer there and see if I can't find a bolt. So that's a 3/8 hole, because this is a 5/16 bolt, but I don't have a 3/8 bolt long enough. I do have, I'll check my toolbox, but I do have a stainless steel, that looks like a 1/4-inch bolt. I mean, for now, to get me up into the city. I'll leave that out for now. I'm gonna go check my toolbox. Yeah, I got rid of a lot of the stuff. Yeah, anyways, let me check some other stuff here and see if I got any bolts laying around somewhere else. So guys, I just took the pin off this other side. So this side here, the pin was still on it. And when I flipped it off, so I mean, the pin sits like this, right? It sits like this, and then you just lift this up like this. The thing just fell off and hit the ground. This side here, and then this little clip fell down. So I haven't even looked at it long enough to know how that clip is supposed to go back on here. Oh, I see. Oh, so there's absolutely nothing holding that thing on. And so I guess this clip, if I can show you, they put it on, whoop, I just dropped it. They put it on like this, and then this clip, I guess, is supposed to, that is Mickey Mouse. So this clip, I guess, is supposed to be crimped. That's exactly what it is. So I don't know if this is going to show up here, but you can see how that crimps on there like that, and that's supposed to put pressure to hold this on. I'd rather have a hole here and have a hairpin go through it, like that. So when I pulled in here, this was still just sitting on top of the bar like this, but no pin. So I have a feeling for this to still be on here. If I go for a walk around here, I'm probably going to, the chances are 0, I'll be quite honest, because I mean, it's all sand and stuff. But you can see my tracks here where I backed up. So I drove from the highway down here, and then came, oh, boy, wouldn't that be funny if it's sitting like right there? You can see where my tires stopped. So this is the front of my truck, was right there. You can see where my tires stopped right there. And then I just started backing up into that spot. So the trailer wouldn't have been any further than up like right about here somewhere. And then I cut it in to there. And like I said, I can't see it not being there. Oh, well, there's my neighbors. Hi, guys. So don't judge because I got a toque on here right now. By the way, ingrained, Sons Company, Victoria. You need somebody to do some excavating work? It's a man to do right there. But so I've been messing around this hitch, and my neighbor Slade, he's right there. Anyways, we walked up this road just because that clip, that little pin, was still sitting on this on the way down here. I'm thinking, there's no way I drove down the highway and this thing sat here. So I just assumed that pin would have been between here and the top of the highway over here, which is probably, I'm going to say 200, yeah, it might be, well, actually, it's probably more like 300 yards, maybe 400 yards. We didn't find it. So the other clip, I took the other side off. I don't think I recorded it. As soon as I pulled, like opened up the pin, it fell on the ground. I'm like, what in the hell? And you know that little clip. So what I did is I put it back on the pin itself, like the little clip that holds it on there, and put like 15 layers of electrical tape around it. Good luck coming off now. Anyways, so the funny thing is, guys, yes, is it beautiful here? It's freaking gorgeous. But the thing is, as soon as that sun goes down, boom, the temperature dropped down. It was below freezing this morning when I woke up here. So it was cold as hell. I turned the furnace off. I didn't even have the furnace on. And I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning. And because of I roll around all the time. Like I'm always flipping, flopping like a fish on land. The blankets were off my feet. I couldn't even feel my feet. I got out and I looked at my thermostat inside the camper there, and it was 7 degrees Celsius in the camper. So I'm like, holy shit. And then as soon as the sun comes up, which it goes down right there, it's just below right there. You can see where it's just below right there, but it comes up over here. And it was all of a sudden, I came out here and it was still cold. Don't get me wrong. It was cold as hell. But I was sitting in the sun having a coffee, and it was just like, oh my gosh, and all day today, I'm walking around with a t-shirt on, and actually for a little bit in the sun, I took my t-shirt off to get a little bit of more rays. Gorgeous. As soon as that sun drops down, and that's kind of the desert thing that always happens. Anyways, I'm going to be here for probably another day, and then head out and keep heading south, I guess. But anyways, yeah, so there's a town, I forget, Slade told me what town is right over there. I'm going to pick up some pins. Could be just a 3/8 bolt with double lock. I'll just double nut it to hold it on there. That system, like that, why they use that kind of retaining clip on there, garbage. Obviously, I lost one, and the other one, when I unhooked it, it fell on the ground. So I don't know why I still deal with junk all the time. Doesn't matter what I have, I'm dealing with shit like this, but it is. Thank God I drive a Chevy, though. And yes, you can tell I just had an outdoor shower. I mean, look at the backdrop. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, absolutely gorgeous. So anyways, I got a steak I'm gonna put on the barbecue. It's gonna get dark here fairly, like within the next hour it'll be dark. So I just see somebody just pulled up over there. So it's almost like when you come off the highway along here, you got like one pull off there and you go down and then it ends. You got another pull off here, down, and then it ends. And then there's another one over there. So there's like 3 of them. When I was here 3 years ago, and I'll be honest, guys, and I'm not lying, I planned nothing. I had no idea this was the same area. I'm just driving, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, I was here like 3 years ago, and I'm dead serious. I stopped at the 3rd one down here because I didn't even know these existed. I passed 1, passed 2. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to stop at the 3rd one, which is down there. So I stopped at the 2nd one this time, and that's why I'm here. But yeah, I not lying, I did not plan this, and it was just one of those things like, what's the chance of me? Well, it was 23. The chance of me driving down here, and all of a sudden it's just like, no, 22, sorry. It was 22. Driving down here, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, this looks awfully familiar. That's how much I planned, and that's how much it just happens. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to just had a shower. It was awesome. And I'm just going to cook a steak and retire in there. And I'm definitely going to put my furnace on tonight because that was just too damn cold. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the morning. I'm going to grab my metal detector and maybe just do a little check around this area here. I can't see how this little clip would have sat here just on top like that when I'm driving down the highway. So when I pulled in here, that's why I noticed the pin was missing. This clip was just sitting here. Well, like I said, I can't see this lasting very long on the highway. That's why I'm thinking. So Slade and I went for a walk yesterday. So he's in the truck camper up here. But I'm going to grab my metal detector and just kind of shove it underneath the trailer here, or the truck. And then this is where you can see my tracks right there where I had to back up. I'm just going to take the metal detector and check it out. We walked all the way up to the top of the hill to the highway and back again. Didn't find it, but I don't know. I can't see it being too far away. Well, I found a little machine screw. So I just got back from walking all the way up to the highway and back again, really slow, checking both sides. I found a lot of stuff, but I didn't find that pin. I don't know if I told you this before. So Fallon, the town, I'm in Nevada. Fallon's just up the road here. Like it's not that far away from where I am right now on this lake. And that's actually where Top Gun is. People always think it's in California, but it's not. It's actually in Nevada. There was a couple, the first day I was here, there was a couple jets that went by, and just today there was a couple of helicopters. When I was going for my walk, 2 helicopters went by. But haven't seen any jets since then, since my first day being here. So yeah, I took the metal detector. Like I said, I can't see that pin coming off when I was out on the highway, because that little clip was sitting on top of that bracket, and there's no way that thing would have stayed on there. So that's why I keep thinking that the pin was lost here, but I don't know, maybe it's out there. So I got a bolt in there for now, and I'll stop. There's I think when I was talking to Slade up here, there's the town up here. I don't even know what the name of the town is, but there's a True Hardware, I think he said it's just up here. So I'll stop up here and grab some more hardware. But anyways, yeah, and when you're in the sun, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous. But right now, I got all my windows open inside the camper, and I just checked, and it's just around 50 degrees or 10 degrees Celsius inside that camper. And yet the sun's out, and it feels great when you're outside. But as soon as that sun goes down, boy, that temperature drops. So, yeah. So this is my 3rd day here. I don't know if I'm going to be staying here tomorrow, or I'm going to pack up and start heading down the road. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this one. So as always, be good, be kind, be careful. We'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along